Yeah, I wanted to take a minute today to talk about the future of this channel because, frankly, I'm actually really excited about it. Which some of you are going to be mad already because you think, hey, this guy clickbaited me. I thought he was ending his channel or changing games or something. And I'm going to issue a challenge right back to you. You clickbaited yourself. You just assume these videos are going to be negative. This is actually not going to be a negative video at all because I'm actually feeling a lot better about Marvel Snap right now than I felt in a really, really long time. And I'm really excited about the game dev stuff we're doing as well, which, you know, that has been an occasional video here on the channel as well. Like, you know, I'm not like gloating, but like things are going pretty well and pretty great, and I'm super hopeful about everything basically. So in some ways, I think the future of the channel is basically doing exactly what we're doing right now, which is good news. And you may say, well, okay, why are you making a video then, you idiot? You're just doing the same thing. We don't need a video for you to tell us that. Well, I think I do, though, because, you know, over the last like 6 months to a year, particularly with Marvel Snap stuff, there's been a growing air of sort of, you know, a little bit of listlessness, hopelessness, even sometimes where I felt like the game just kept taking hit after hit after hit, and I wasn't really finding any momentum or hope in the game. But I don't know, over the last like month or so, and even really just the last week or so, I'm like seeing some signs of life. I'm seeing some signs of growth. Part of that is probably selfishly and in a biased way, like via my own channel, but like in a lot of ways, I think my channel is representative of, you know, of the Marvel Snap community. Of course, not one-to-one, but, you know, there are still representative aspects of people who find and watch my videos. I'm seeing more new viewers right now. I'm seeing way more subscribers right now. Like last month in June, I had 16 subscribers in June, which is actually, I think, better than May. May was negative, if I recall. Yeah, May was negative 31. But in July, I had 457 new subscribers. And I did start posting more shorts. And initially, I was kind of like attributing a lot of that growth to shorts. And I was like, oh, you know, I decided it was time to do more shorts again, which I used to do a lot of shorts in the past, like I think even like up to 5 a week. And over the last few weeks, I've been posting 3 a week, which shorts have helped. Like I got 100 new subscribers from shorts, but that means 350 new subscribers from normal videos, which is way more than we've been getting lately. You know, not as much as like the glory days of Snap. At some points I was getting like thousands and thousands a month or whatever, but it's like the first time in a long time that I've seen a little bit of an uptick in my Marvel Snap numbers, which was really hopeful. And then actually even just looking at like the Marvel Snap player numbers on SteamDB, they also seem to have leveled off a little more than normal, like perhaps down a little, but like leveled, which is nice because before it's just down, 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 down. And maybe we're just riding a little bit of a wave because of like Spider-Man Brand New Day, which seems like it's going to blow up at the box office based on the early numbers, like maybe one of the biggest movies of all time. Which I'm not sure why there's so much hype, but like maybe there's a little bit of Marvel hype in the air, you know, and I think this Marvel Snap season has not been my favorite from like a card design standpoint, but there were still some big hype cards. I think a lot of people like Scorpion. A lot of people really like Sinister Six from a design standpoint. So there's just like a little bit of momentum going. And then what really kicked it off for me was this season blog that was released just in the last day or two here for the upcoming season, Fractured Frontier. Number one, this is like introducing a whole new Marvel universe, Earth 383, and like a cool little Marvel Snap dedicated storyline sort of thing, which, you know, initially I was like, oh, Western, but it's like, it's pretty cool, man. Like, maybe again, I'm just biased right now, riding the wave. I don't know, but it's like, I think it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. And it's, you know, it's just a, like, it's a fun new thing they're investing in. It shows like faith and commitment to the game and like creativity and interest. All of that is stuff I wanted to see more of in Marvel Snap, because for so long I felt like it was just like they were giving up on the game and there's just like, you know, just going with the flow and doing the bare minimum. And this felt like a bigger, more invested, more creative sort of endeavor, which I like. And looking at next month's cards too, when we looked at the data mine stuff for September, there was some really sick, cool, big stuff hitting. in September too, with like the Axis inversion or whatever month. It looked really, really cool. So there's like a lot of cards that are like scratching itches for me when we've had some more boring months. Like June, the beach season was just bottom of the barrel interest level for me. I could not be less interested in a batch of cards. But now I think we're going to have a few months in a row where the cards are really hitting for me, like flavor, mechanics. October is probably going to be like a Halloween season too. I think they tease like vampires and zombies and stuff. That also sounds like it'll be something that hits me too creatively. So like really nice stretch here. On top of that, there's some actual, like, they're giving stuff away. Like there's actual free stuff in the game right now, which is so sick. These mini events, number one, is just like a lot more new stuff. Hypercube Rush 2 has been added to the game, which makes your climb a lot smoother and easier. That's awesome, something we've been asking for forever. There's also going to be extra events, it looks like, that are going to give you a free Series 5 pack, which is just, you know, a free card. I feel like we never would have got this in the past. And then this is totally insane. The 14-day login calendar starting on August 24th to September 6th. You're going to get 3 complete, ready-to-play, and totally free decks. A ramp deck, a zombies deck, and a Silver Surfer deck, which I don't really know the lists on these. I don't know how good they're going to be. But again, it's just so much more than we ever would have gotten in the past. And frankly, all 3 of those are like competitive archetypes. So if they're halfway decent decks, like people who come back to the game to check out Marvel Snap for the first time in a long time might honestly be well equipped with 3 pretty solid decks, especially if you have a few cards left over here and there to maybe improve them or whatever, depending on the lists. Like, you're probably going to be ready to hop in and start climbing with like a nice set of options. Also, I'm assuming that Zombies deck will play nicely into the stuff. I'm assuming we'll get Horde keyword revisited again in October. So it'll kind of be set up nicely for that. Like that's just a win that just, man, for so long we were just looking for some wins in Marvel Snap and we were just simply not ever getting any wins. Like that is a big deal. Really, really cool. So on top of that, you know, I'm just like, the Thanos card looks insanely sick. I think people are going to like that one a lot. There's something going on here too with Hellcow with this error 404 fractured. It seems like they're teasing something here. They also had a big tease at the end of the like new season reveal video with the return of Ben Brode being sought out by my buddy Dexter as a cowboy. That was amazing. I used to bemoan not being invited to any of that stuff, but I'll be honest, I don't think I could do the theater. I would cringe too hard. It takes some courage and strength to do that. Dexter did a great job. Cozy did a good job. Even Cozy's back for Marvel Snap. My God, what year is it? So anyway, I may not have been invited because I literally did tell Marvel Snap in the past, like, I'm not good at the like theater stuff. I don't think I could do those videos. So they probably didn't even think to invite me. Not that they would have anyway, but I'm not salty, but that's my point. Like I just can't do those. In case you're wondering why Regis is never in those videos, that's on me, man. Don't blame them. So I don't know exactly what's going on there. Some big teases though for this month as well, so some cool stuff might be coming down the pipe there. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like the game is in a weird way finally hitting its stride after 3 years or whatever. I still always worry that it's too late, but man, this is the kind of stuff I've been asking for forever, to just give people cool decks and to give people entire complete decks so they can hop back in the game, be ready to play. I might have swung a little harder on some of the marquee characters here, but frankly, like Zombie Giant Man's a pretty sick, like, you know, big key guy. Silver Surfer, I would assume a lot of players already had, but he is at least super recognizable and iconic. And Sunspot's a really fun card for a 1 cost anyway, and who knows what else is in that deck. But I just been asking for this stuff for years, and it's finally hitting. So, like, are we entering a new era, a revitalized era of Marvel Snap, where the game is more forgiving economically speaking and players can actually compete and keep up and get cards, because that's always been the biggest hurdle? Are we entering some cool new crazy designs and like big awesome characters instead of some of these more boring months? That's got me hyped. You know, we're hitting a wave of Marvel releases that people finally care about, because for so long I think the MCU, which has been a big driver of Marvel hype, of course, has just not been in the best place, not the most exciting projects. But like Spider-Man, I'm really worried about Avengers Doomsday. I don't have a lot of faith in that one being cool, but there might still be some hype there too, you know. So in other words, just a lot of things are lining up, and there's a part of me that's just like, I just know they're gonna screw something up because they have so many times before, and I'm dreading it. Or I'm like, oh no, I can't. I just don't want to get my hopes up too much, right? But like, I'm finally seeing some things to be excited about and to be hopeful for after years and years and years of doubt and frustration. And I'm gonna lean into it for now. Like, I'm not gonna bemoan and begrudge too much about the past. It's like, if things actually turn around and go in the right direction, I don't think it's too late to save this, because the gameplay of Marvel Snap ultimately is something people still really love. I hear so often in the YouTube comments, I freaking love playing Marvel Snap. I hate everything around the game. All the, you know, progression, monetization, all that stuff, right? So like, if they can finally start pulling all that together, man, I don't think we'll ever get back to the like glory days where it was just, you know, insane numbers, but I think the game could get a really nice, healthy player base established, bring back some people, and have a chance at a good future. Which, if you'd asked me 6 months ago, I really thought Marvel Snap was kind of circling the drain, to be honest. Like, I don't think I was as shy as saying that in videos. I said, like, man, the game's really struggling over and over again. They just kept shooting themselves in the foot. So I hope maybe finally we get like 6 months to a year where nothing bad, nothing crazy happens. They don't screw something up in a monumental way, and we actually ride some of this momentum forward, because I see new players, new viewers in my stats, right? I see returning viewers in my stats. I see some people who are like curious, and they're this close to coming back. I think stuff like 3 free decks is exactly what we need to get some of these people over the hump, back re-engaged with the game. So the future of this channel might actually be rather bright, like in a Marvel Snap world. Of course, I've told you guys time and time again, like, the entire reason I branch out and do so much, and I still have my Hearthstone channel going, and I've started doing game development stuff, is because you never know. You just, this career is super, what's the word, like transient. Like, you just don't know how this is ever going to go, right? It's 15 minutes of fame for me has been lucky enough to be 11 years of fame. Notoriety, whatever it is, right? I'm not famous, but I've been able to do this for like 11 years now, which is far longer than I ever expected. So, I'm trying to always cling to every last chance I have here by laying the groundwork for future things. Like, I've told you guys, I was always far from Marvel Snap being, I assumed I'd ride the game into the ground. Basically, I was going to be able to shed tens of thousands of views per video and still be able to do this full time, no problem. Basically, I think went a little faster than I thought, but we've kind of stabilized at a spot that's still, probably more than double I really need to make this a viable career. Maybe even more than that, honestly. I don't know. But anyway, it's like, we weren't really close to being in trouble or anything like that as far as my survivability was concerned, particularly with all the different projects and endeavors I have going on. And I always thought, hey, I got plenty of time to pivot and figure other things out too. But I ultimately wanted to just keep playing Marvel Snap for as long as I could, because I've really, really enjoyed the game so much outside of, all the nonsense around it. The gameplay itself has always been top tier for me. So, I'm relieved and happy if Marvel Snap finds its footing, stabilizes, turns things around a little bit. Man, I'd be so excited if we got another 5 or 10 years out of this game in a healthy way. Like, that'd be my dream, dude. So right now, for the first time in a long time, really, I see a little bit of hope. I see a path towards that existing, and I just wanted to acknowledge it. Like, I think you guys know I'm not a glazer, as some people say with Marvel Snap. I've been very real, very critical of the game in the past, time and time again. I make my own video games, right? Like video games, plural. What's that mean, Regis? I don't know. So, I'm not just like, suck it up to Marvel Snap, but for the first time, I'm legitimately, first time in years anyway, seeing some hope. So I thought it was nice to balance and actually acknowledge that, right? And not just be a negative voice constantly as they screw things up time and time again. Usually I'm just a neutral voice because I just play the game and have fun and don't talk about these things. But when I do talk about them, it's usually because they screwed something up. And for the first time, I'm relieved to say, hey, maybe this isn't a screw up. Maybe this is actually pretty cool. So for the foreseeable future, as long as Marvel Snap is healthy and alive, I want to keep playing Marvel Snap, and that is still going to be the primary focus and the future of this channel, as far as I'm concerned. Same for Hearthstone over on my Hearthstone channel. I'm happy to keep playing Hearthstone. You know, I do far fewer Hearthstone videos than Marvel Snap videos, but I still like playing it when new stuff comes out. Still like engaging with new cards and expansions, and all of that's super fun, and I don't see that changing either. The other side of things that I don't see changing are, that's a teaser. Is the game development, which is this is SkyShard, as many of you know, our game right now in early access. Still getting ever closer to 100 reviews, guys. We're grinding it out, but 100 is just like a kind of a soft milestone of like a successful game in many people's eyes on Steam. I've seen like checklists of like Steam achievements, like got a game with 100 reviews or whatever. We'll get there eventually, right? We're not even released yet officially. We're in early access. We're still getting a, like, I don't know, review every day or two, I think. Which usually you get like one review for every like 50 sales or something. It's crazy how few people actually review games. It's wild. Thinking about that math right now in my head. I'm something like that. But anyway, yeah, SkyShard's still going great. We've had some like really fun discussions in our Discord lately. Like, our players are so engaged, having so much fun. Like, reviews are great. I saw a couple other games I'd been following, and I don't want to name them because there's like kind of a negative spin to this in a way, although I'm rooting for them. A couple other auto battlers that were, in my mind, kind of competition in a way. That I've been following the dev cycles because the devs are like active on Twitter or whatever, and both of them had gotten a lot more wish lists than us, which I could talk about for a long time about why and various things. But anyway, which, I mean, great achievement by them, right? Like, getting wish lists is really tough, and that's one of your main goals pre-release. But after they released, their reviews tanked. They got basically mixed reviews on Steam, where when you get to mixed, which is, I think, if you have less than a 70% positive rate, your words there say mixed, and it's like yellow or brown or whatever instead of blue. And when that happens, usually your sales tank. Like, even if you have good momentum, high wish list, as soon as that turns yellow, new buyers are turned off because they go, oh wait, why are the reviews mixed or whatever, right? So, in other words, I wouldn't say we had the most like amazing pre-launch interest or support, or, you know, I just think some challenges with like branding and style and a lot of things, again, I could wax on about a ton, but it seems like we're doing really well kind of on a longer term basis of like earning players' interest and trust and engagement, because the core of the game is proving to be really fun for people. Like, you know, we're maintaining these crazy high, very positive review scores, even as we move away from like the initial batch of players who might have just been like, you know, biased towards us and like supporting me by leaving a good review or whatever. I'm sure that kicked us off. But like, even now, people just discovering it organically through Steam are like, hey, this game surprised me. It's super fun. I really like it a lot. So in other words, we're getting some legs, which is nice, because not every game gets that. You know, if you don't hit those good reviews and have a product ultimately that satisfies people, all the hype in the world kind of falls off. So that's been an interesting thing to watch unfold over the last few weeks, seeing some of these other examples, which, you know, those games might be able to turn it around, right? They can have updates, they can fix that, and I hope they do. I'm rooting for everybody out there. Competition's not really competition in the scheme of that. But it was just kind of encouraging in a weird way, like, you know, like, okay, we made a game that's actually really fun and people really like and are spending, in many cases, dozens, hundreds of hours playing, which that I'm really, really proud of. So in other words, things have been going pretty well. Again, not like gangbusters, amazing numbers or anything, but like gonna have a profitable game, you know, really good experience. We're going to be able to keep supporting this, I think, indefinitely, basically. We've been dropping new patches here and there already, working on a bunch of stuff. Got a new hero in the works, dropped some new units in one of our recent patches. I'm cooking up some fun new single-player stuff, which I'm going to kick off, hopefully, in a week or two for another sale, for the game to go on sale there. So, just, you know, it's going well, all things considered. I'm really, really happy with where we're at, and we're also making another game. So we want to be, we kind of want, you know, we've talked about this before, but we want SkyShard to just be like our thing we support long term, like PvP, but then also want to make some one-off games, more like single player stuff, which we have. Honestly, I have a list of like 10 really cool ideas of the next games we want to make, one of which is coming along. It's pretty darn fun, I gotta say. I think I got about 100 plus hours already. playing it, which is cool, dude. And you guys will probably see it before too long. You might have already been teased a little bit accidentally. Whoopsie. It wasn't an accident. It was, but a fine one. I don't care. So yeah, like the game dev side of things doing well, and you know the plan is, you know, just to keep making Marvel Snap videos. That's kind of my job. That's like safe and proven, and then, you know, after hours my side hustle is making games. And I think we'll do the same thing where every like about once a week or every 10 days I have an opening in the Marvel Snap schedule. I make a video talking about game development stuff and share our games and talk about the struggles and journeys and successes of the indie video game or video game at large industry, just to share that kind of cool perspective that something else going on in my life. So yeah, again, in other words, I don't foresee anything changing there either. I expect within the next, I hope, you know, that if I could map out the next 5 years, it would be Regis is still making 5 to 6 Marvel Snap videos a week, and he has released 5 video games that you all love and play a ton. That would be I think honestly, yeah, if we could release a game every year, honestly, maybe even faster. I could see some of the ideas on our list being 6-month projects. You know, like I think that would be I'd be such a happy guy, man. Like that would be really, really cool. If that doesn't work out, if Marvel Snap dies, if things go haywire, you know, we'll figure something else out. But that's the plan. That's the hope for the future of this channel. So hopefully you guys are on board for that, along for the ride. If you're not, if you're somebody who hates Marvel Snap or doesn't like my video games, how dare you? Shame on you. There's gonna be different ones. It'll be different vibes. You know, Auto Battler first, Deck Builder next, incremental game after that. Simulator game after that? I don't know. We got some ideas. Then that's fine too, but, you know, stay tuned. You know, if you like Hearthstone, check that out also. I still do, you know, and in the back of my mind, I would love to do a channel playing indie games as well, or maybe even like offering feedback on indie games for indie developers sort of thing. But I don't know, right now that's just too much. Like, there's too much going on. I have been playing a ton leak again, a ton of I'll just show you, I don't care, a ton of games just to like test stuff out lately. Like I've been playing so many games in our genres and otherwise, which, you know, a lot of these like could have been videos for sure. This game's really cool, by the way. I play it on my Steam Deck, it's not installed here. A lot of great games out there, man. Like just a ton of great games, but I usually play them on my Steam Deck in bed. So it's not like I'm in a position to record. It's like, you know, an hour before I fall asleep or whatever, cooling down for the night. I don't want to have to hop in here and record. It's that's just extra work. So, but anyway, yeah, man, it's all great. It's all great. Again, if you got clickbaited, I'm blaming you. Nothing about this was negative or framed as negative or bad, and nothing was framed as a change. It was just framed as the future of this channel. You've been baited by YouTubers in the past who are negative Nancy's. That's the problem. But I'm not usually that negative of a guy. So anyway, you guys are amazing. Thanks for joining me on this crazy weird journey as always. I don't know how I ended up in this spot ever, but I feel very, very happy to be here, very lucky to be here, and very appreciative that it's been possible. And that's because of all you out there letting me do this, you know, being in a position to make games and be creative. And for this new game, I'm even making artwork. I'm even getting to do art, guys. I drew this pixel eyeball the other day. I don't even know if this is going to go in the game, but I'm going to show you because I think it's cool. Can I do this? Hold up. I drew this pixel eyeball the other day. I don't know if it's good, but it's pretty cool, man. I don't know. I'm going to improve it, I'm sure, but like, man, I don't know. I'm getting to do cool stuff anyways, the idea. So love you guys a ton. Thanks for watching me. Hopefully you'll join me on the future of this channel indeed. But I guess until then, I will see you around.